welcome to the second episode of the Joe Flow Sports Show. Thanks again for tuning in. Please subscribe, share, and like my page, Joe Flow Sports Show. Definitely got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the NBA playoffs, the Packers draft picks, and I'm going to give you a little updates on some golf and tennis as well. So we're just going to jump right into it. Talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs first, specifically the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder Game 5. Came down to the wire. It was a really close game once again. A couple bad calls by the refs, which have been debatable for the last 2 or 3 games with them. I specifically do want to talk about, OKC and Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant dominating the series so far. For instance, Russell Westbrook, he had 35 points, 9 assists, and 11 rebounds. He had 11 rebounds and 9 assists, one away from a triple-double, which seems to be his average anyways. He completely took over that fourth quarter. If Kevin Durant wasn't doing it, it's Russell Westbrook. If Russell Westbrook is not doing it, it's Kevin Durant. They are just a two-man unstoppable team right now, and that concerns me because I do have the Spurs going to the NBA Finals still. I think we'll jump into Spurs here for a second. The Spurs are just playing too much LaMarcus Aldridge basketball right now, and that's not the Spurs game. I feel they need to work Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard, let them do a two-man game. Pick and roll, pick and pop. That's more their style of basketball. When they're going way too much inside for LaMarcus Aldridge, which, don't get me wrong, he's playing phenomenal, good, great basketball right now. But at the same time, the Oklahoma City Thunder bigs are bigger, and it's causing havoc underneath for even Tim Duncan and LaMarcus Aldridge underneath. When you have, for Oklahoma City, when they have Cantor, Durant, Steven Adams, as well as Serge Ibaka out there, those 4 guys are all 6'10" and taller. Nobody can stop them. And personally, when you put those 4 and Russell Westbrook together out there on the court, that's the best 5 for Oklahoma City. Spurs, like I said, Kawhi Leonard's doing a good job. LaMarcus Aldridge is doing a good job. But where's Tony Parker? He needs to step his game up a little bit. Patty Mills kind of been no-show. And, Tim Duncan's only averaging 4 points a game this series. But you know what? Tim Duncan's still a valuable part of that team. And I do believe for Game 6, they're going to go into Oklahoma City and win that game and take it back to Game 7 and win at San Antonio. I don't see them losing 3 games at San Antonio in one series. They haven't done it all year. So, yeah, that's just my take on the Oklahoma City Thunder and San Antonio Spurs. Definitely want to talk about Golden State Warriors closing out their series last night. They ended up winning 4-1 against Portland Trailblazers. So, once again, the combo of Klay Thompson and Steph Curry is ridiculous. Steph Curry had his normal 29 points, and Klay Thompson stepped up huge and had 33 points for that victory over Portland Trailblazers. And to me, that's a key advantage because I still believe that the San Antonio Spurs and Thunder is going to go 7 games. So that's going to give Warriors a couple extra days of rest, specifically on Steph Warrior's knee. That's a little bit about the Western Conference NBA Finals going on right now. East has really not much to talk about. Cleveland Cavaliers have just been dominating the East. And with Toronto and Miami playing Game 6 tonight in Miami, I still believe Miami's going to win that game, but I do believe Toronto Raptors are going to win in 7. So I don't see no match for either one of those teams against Cleveland. I still do believe that Cleveland and Spurs are still going to meet up in the NBA championship. It's a long shot for the Spurs, but I still got hope. They still have the best coach in basketball right now. So yeah, that's just a little bit about the NBA playoffs going on right now. I do want to talk about the draft picks for the Packers. Getting different subject here. Getting back to my Green Bay Packers. I do want to talk about the 7 draft picks we did pick up and what they can bring to the table for us. And our first pick Kenny Clark, defensive tackle from UCLA. Prime guy. We need him. I thought that was a great pickup. I personally thought we were going to get Andrew Billings from Baylor, but he is just as great, just as good of a player, and can be even better. He's got the size, he's got the weight, he's got the speed, and what's nice is at UCLA he played in a 3-4 scheme, so he's going to jump right into Don Capers' scheme and fit in right at nose tackle and be productive right away. He also had 6 sacks last year too. So not only is a big guy, but he's a big guy with speed that can get to the quarterback. And that's what BJ Raji did for us for the last 5-6 years. Our second round pick, which I really, really love, and I don't want to be biased here because I'm an IU guy, but Jason Spriggs, tackle from Indiana University, started all 47 games at IU, freshman to senior year. Big guy, 6'6", 310 pounds, got weight on him. Athletic, and he's going to jump right in a tackle and please give Aaron Rodgers some protection this year. Let's go, Packers. We need to do this. Keep him on his feet because you know that's where he's deadly. So I really like that pick. Our third round pick, linebacker Kyler Fackrell from Utah State. Great inside linebacker. That's his ideal position. So that will give Clay Matthews back to his normal position at outside linebacker. And he can learn a lot from Clay Matthews as well as Julius Peppers. I think he's going to jump right in and be a good fit. Now, the only question about him, I would say, is he came off a ACL injury in 2014, and came right in for 2015, played really well. And what's nice about him is he's a fumble machine. He forces fumbles. That's something that the Packers lack and struggle with for the last 4, 5, 6 years. So I think that can be a big impact on our defense with our turnovers. Our fourth round pick, linebacker Blake Martinez, he is from Stanford University. He led the Pac-12 with 141 combined tackles. And once again, the Packers struggle with forced fumbles and tackling. It was just two big issues we struggle with for the last 5 or 6 years. I think he's good because he's quick and he's a sure tackler in the one-on-one against any running back, and we need that because we need two guys normally taking down a big running back like an Adrian Peterson or somebody other than him, like a Marshawn Lynch who played last year. We just cannot tackle these guys. So I think he's going to step in and do very, very well. If he doesn't start, he'll be a good, guy coming in and out of the backfield or rotation, I should say. Sorry about that. Our other fourth round pick is defensive end Dean Lowry from Northwestern University, 6'6", 290, and he keeps putting on weight. Muscular weight at that, not fat. So he, to me, reminds me kind of like a Jason Pierre-Paul with his size. It's remained to be seen his athletic ability and his motor, but he's got a smart head on his shoulder, and I think he can be a very, very good fit for the Packers in our rotation as well, and I think he'll get a lot of sacks for us. Our fifth round pick, right receiver Trevor Davis from California, University of California. A lot of people didn't like his pick, but I do. He's a great route runner. He had the second fastest time, besides Will Fuller in the combine. And that's the one weakness we had on our offensive, specifically receivers. We were the slowest receiving core in the league last year. We need that speed up. And he's a great guy that can do that for us. Our sixth round pick, tackle Kyle Murphy. He is from Stanford as well. So we had 3 Stanford picks in the last 2 drafts. We like those guys. They're smart, intelligent, and they're good football players. He played 27 games at right tackle and left tackle. So he can play multiple positions, and he's played them well, which is great because if we already have that void at left tackle, I think he can step right in at right tackle and be a good fit, a good pass protector, and keep Rodgers on his feet. Like I said, if we can keep Rodgers on our feet, we'll be good to go. So yeah, those were all the Packers 7 draft picks. I do want to talk about, being from Chicagoland, want to talk a little bit about the Bears draft pick. 2, well, their first one that they traded up for, the linebacker from Georgia, Floyd. There's a reason why the Bears moved up to get him. He was the most efficient linebacker coming out of the draft. He's going to bring speed, and adding the trade with Danny Trevathan to the line, or to the linebacking core with Pernell McAfee, that could be potentially the best linebacking core in football this year. If not, for sure, the following year. That's a great pick, but I want to talk about their 5th round draft pick, Jordan Howard from the University of Indiana again, IU. He was a workhorse for us. He was a running back. He rushed over 1,200 yards and 9 rushing TDs, and he had 1 receiving TD this past year for the Indiana Hoosiers. He's a true north and south runner. He is going to get the ball, make his first cut like a Marshawn Lynch, and go. And that's going to be huge. And I think, I'm just saying this, throwing this out there, but I think him and Jeremy Langford could be potentially the best duo football running backs in the league this year. I know it's crazy to think, but I really believe this kid's gonna have some skill set, and with the Bears coaching staff working with him this year, good to go. So that's just a little bit about the Bears and what they did in their free agency and drafts. Definitely want to talk about a little bit tennis going on. I'm a huge tennis fan. I play tennis. Novak Djokovic just won his 64th title, tying Pete Sampras and Bjorn Borg for the most at Madrid. He's currently in a tournament right now. He just won his set, and his quarterfinal match is going to be against Rafa Nadal. Big match, especially with French Open coming up, because that's the only major title that Djokovic has not won yet. And Rafa Nadal, if he can get past him, get that confidence going, I think this is the year he can win it. Because honestly, if he doesn't win it this year or next year, I don't see Novak Djokovic winning the French. However, though, I do see him getting close. Actually, not close. I do see him beating Roger Federer's record of 17 Grand Slam titles. Djokovic is at 11 right now, but he's in the prime of his career, and he's playing the best tennis of his life. That's a little bit about tennis. Golf going on right now. The Players is going on. Jason Day has a big lead. He's at -9. Very tough course. Spieth ended up even. So, the top 2 guys are going to be there at the end, but Jason Day, once again, #1 player in the world, playing great golf. So yeah, that's just Joe Flo Sports Show, episode 2. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please share, subscribe, like again, and stay sporty, my friends. Have a great day.